Much work have been done these past several weeks. Alan has expanded the dig site. A small dock was built so it's easier to get in equipment. A lab tent, which includes a lot of equipment, a water tank and a generator for power, has been set up for my research. Steps have been taken to make the area more secure. I have, however, run into some issues. In order to expand or even run the operation for a prolonged time, I need to get in financial backing from an investor.
So far is sounding like something a 10-year-old daydreams about.
And I'm pretty sure with the scientific advancement we got now...
I don't want to hear any more wild ideas from you, or I will make sure you'll become the laughingstock of the international science community.
But...
Look, don't contact me again unless you got proof that any of this is possible. Then I might reconsider.
Yes, of course, yes. I'll send you a copy of the video log, and I'm sure that will convince you. It has been difficult to convince people of my ideas, so I have to really show that my ideas are doable. Lablog. We have found several different species at our dig site. Surprisingly, many of them got soft tissue samples, and it looked promising to recover DNA samples. Currently, I'm working with an Ornitholestes fossil and have managed to recover and piece together a 96% DNA sample. This is by far the highest percent DNA of a dinosaur known. But still I need 100% to grow an embryo. And since I don't have the equipment or time to further exhaust DNA from this fossil, or try to get hold of a similar soft tissue from the same species, the next step of my experience is going to be using DNA from existing relatives of dinosaurs. Which means plugging in the missing holes in the Ornitholestes DNA I got with similar pieces from different birds and try to grow an embryo from the different samples we get. I have to cut this lab log a bit short here. A few of the things have to be put back in the fridge. Here, let me show you around a bit. Don't got time to explain stuff, but here is the fridge that I'm going to put the samples back in. And next to it, the fluid tanks. Oh, that's the time. I have to go. Lablog. After many failed attempts, we finally managed to grow an embryo. In the cultivator behind me, there is an alligator egg we are using as a vessel to hopefully grow up the embryo inside. This is actually the second time we got to this stage, and there's no guarantee that the egg will hatch still. So I'm going to continue trying to grow up embryos using different type of DNA to plug in the gaps of the Ornitholestes one we got. Lab log. Progress. It's happening. The embryo is growing. And we can move the egg over to the next phase. Over here in the incubator. This is way faster progress than I could hope for. Estimation is that the egg will hatch in 5 to 10 days. This is so exciting. While waiting for the Ornitholestes egg to incubate, I wanted to get some more work done around the area. However, the last shipment was running late, so I headed to the dock to keep an eye out for it. Maybe the weather is worse out at sea. Let's tune in to the local radio to listen out for the weather report.
You wouldn't believe how big the second fish I got was. I'm sure the bears downstream were jealous. Wind seems to be picking up a bit outside here now. Here, let me have a look at the barometer. Whoa, breaking news, guys. Tie down your cows. Storm is incoming.
No. The tents aren't secured. This is a catastrophe. I have to see if I can save any of the equipment. The egg! I have been searching through the rubbles, but unfortunately the egg has turned into a prehistoric eggidosis. The good news is that most of the equipment and research seem to have survived. But for now I have to end the research here. Clearly I can't continue until I have built up a more solid facility. Just look at the devastation. Not the way I hoped it would end, but this concludes this lab log. The storm had put an inconclusive end to my research. All I could hope for now was that the lab log and the different stages X-rays of the egg was enough to convince the investors. The lab tent wasn't the only thing that the storm had destroyed. The dock was a complete mess, and I needed to rebuild it to get more shipments in. With fear of future storms and being a little bit optimistic about the future, I pulled my last resources together and built up a proper harbor that could manage bigger cargo. And do you think you can make room for a car on the next boatload?
This is the last load we can ship out for now.
Am I that far behind on the payments?
Look, when the credits check out, we will be happy to do even more business.
Thank you for being patient. I'm sure I can pay down the bill soon. Alrighty, I am here at the newly constructed dock. This has taken several days and one of the reasons I started filming now is because I'm expecting the next shipment to approach soon. Let me show the view from the crane. You got a great view of the dock and you can see approaching boats. Overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out. Could be the first permanent structure in this area. Oh, I think I see the boat in the distance. We have just unloaded the boat and great news. I got my custom car. Look at it over there. Important to have my logo around here so people know who is doing all the good work here. I also got the leather laying there behind me. It is from Wolfer.
I have watched the tape you sent me, and this looks very promising. I will agree to donate what's needed for the next 2 years if you agree to the following terms. First, you let me have 20% of the excess income for the next 20 years. Second, my team will oversee all the finances. And lastly, I have the right to veto on any investment. Talk to you soon, Wolfer.
This is excellent news. I mean, of course I have to agree with the terms. However, this means that my operation here is going to expand a lot. Which means I need more people coming in, especially security. There is only one person I can think of for that job. Some convincing might be needed for her to agree to come over.